Hey, I know you. I see you out there rocking out to the theme music. Hey, it is I, your boy T5. This is the correct spot. Yeah, you landed on the right spot. This is the Crescent City Connection here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, your new home for all Louisiana sports. And today's show, we don't have to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. The team in the black and gold who wish we don't try to not name. We're going to get, hey, we got some stuff to talk about. We got to do it. We're going to get through it together. And we're going to talk about it. But we're also going to talk about some better news. Tigers, Ole Miss, they put on a Donnybrook, a banger. And now they go for the Battle of the Boot. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about prep football. Ooh, prep football, high school stuff. We'll get into T5's top 5. And we'll round things out with some Pels talk. Yeah. It's all like 4 days away from the Pelicans. We'll talk about what our expectations, or at least what my expectations for the team is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your new home for Louisiana sports, the Crescent City Connection. Hey, you could be anywhere else, but you're here with me, T5. And we're going to get through it together, man. It's tough. We're going to get through it together, I promise. On IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, your host, T5. This is the Crescent City Connection, your new home for Louisiana sports, on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And as I said today, we got some stuff to talk about. We're just going to tear the Band-Aid off and talk about it. But first, we gotta shout out these lovely sponsors that help keep the heat and the lights on. We gotta talk about Planet Jerky Premium Beef Brisket Beef Jerky and Seal the Deal Wax Seals. You can follow them there. Ding, 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 ding. Down there. Give them a look-see. Give them a little shout out and see what you like. They're good products. And we're going to let them speak for themselves. And when we come back, we're going to get right off into it. Just tear the Band-Aid off. Get right off into it, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the Crescent City Connection. At IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Roll that beautiful beat footage.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
IE Sports Radio fans, be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the Crescent City Connection, your new home for Louisiana sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Shout out to Mr. Terry Rodriguez in the chat, host of, well, a bunch of shows. Let's put it that way. He does a lot. And hey, you can check him out. Want to find out which shows? Go to iesportsradio.com. Check out the schedule. Check out the bios. And you can find out just how many shows he hosts. And find out more about myself and all the other wonderful shows we have in our little sports network, our growing sports network. And as I promised, as I said earlier, let's get right into it. Just dive right off into it. Them Saints. What we gonna do, man? If you've been a long time Saints fan, like long time, not like pre Drew Brees, pre Sean Payton, like long time, like Jim Morris stuff. You kind of, felt this before. It's been a long time since we felt this way, but man, it doesn't feel any better. What is it? 5 games straight? Injuries piling up. Fan base is divided. Folks is calling for the coach to get ran out. They want to see a new quarterback get in. Now you want to run that quarterback out. It's a lot. It's a lot right now. It's a lot. Where do we start? Buccaneers came in and ran our pockets. Then the Broncos came in and ran our pockets as well. And the thing about it is the Broncos had a just as bad as the defense as us with a rookie quarterback. So what they do? Run the damn ball on us, play keep away. Makes sense. And then they drop 30 on us and make us look even worse. Well, not as even worse because the Buccaneers dropped 50 on us. So now the one bright spot was the defense. Defense doesn't even look good anymore. So out comes the picket signs and the torches and everybody saying they want DA's head. Well, get Dennis Allen out of here. I can't stay there. Get him out of here. Everybody didn't like Dennis Allen starting to get their stuff in. I told you he wasn't good. I told you. So everybody getting their stuff in now. Injuries piling up left and right. It started with Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz. Then the backups to the backups started getting hurt on the offensive line. It all just downhill from there. Now it looks like we might have lost Paulson to Debo for the rest of the year with a lower leg injury, I believe it seems, in that Broncos game. Marshawn Lattimore, I believe, also got hurt. I don't know how the severity of his injury is, but I believe he got hurt as well. I don't know when the offensive line is going to get any better. Can't even run the ball. That should be the easier thing to do. Pass blocking should be the hardest part. Run blocking should be the easiest. I don't know how they get Bass backwards. Clint Kubiak seemed enthusiastic about having Spencer Rattler back there, but he can't do everything he wants to do because the offensive line is T-Rash. So the only thing we can do is kind of grade Spencer Rattler's performance. And let's see. The Buccaneers game, he went 22 for 40, 242 yards, 1 TD, 1 pick. And I believe he fumbled the ball as well. The Broncos game, he went 22 for 35, 172 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 INTs, but he did fumble the ball, which led to a touchdown. In total, 2 games, Spencer Rattler went 44 for 75, 1 TD, 1 pick, 2 fumbles. He showed flashes of looking good, especially what he had to work with. It wasn't like he was a rookie quarterback starting with a starting offense, a good offensive line. No, he was playing with third string dudes and practice squad dudes. The only starters on that line were Fuaga, a rookie, and Trevor Penning. Everybody else, the center we just picked up off of, who was fixing to retire. That line was patch work. Our starting wide receivers who we were going to lean on, Olave, concussion protocol. Shaheed, leg surgery, and looks like he'll be out for the rest of the season. So, you know who we started with? Bub Means, Mason Tipton at wide receiver. So he was like pretty behind the 8 ball as it is, man. So shout out to Spencer Rattler. He did what he could, as a rookie quarterback going in there, especially against the Broncos defense who was humming. He held his own against that defense, what he had to work with. Because that Broncos defense was humming, man. But the thing is, where do we go from here? You can't really do what you want to do before without Shaheed because he was your deep ball threat. Olave, well, even when he comes back from the concussion protocol, all you got to do is shade him and erase him. They were doing that when Shaheed was in. So unless we get like some dudes on the old line healthy, what does that mean? Where do we go from here? Folks are starting, the fan base is starting to say, "Oh, Dennis, they quit on Dennis Allen. They're not playing for Dennis Allen. They don't want to play for him, and all this other stuff." They talked to Alvin Kamara after the game. They asked Alvin Kamara, "How does he feel about Dennis Allen? How does the locker room feel? Are they still riding with him?" He gave the diplomatic answer, not trying to throw his coach under the bus. He said, "We got to learn. We got to figure out how to fight. We got to figure out how to win these games." He didn't say yeah. He didn't say no. He just said, "We got to figure out how to win these games." He's taking personal accountability without throwing the coach under the bus. I commend that, because you don't want to be that dude that's putting headlines out there. "Oh, man." Nah, you don't want to be that dude. Or labeled as a coach killer and all this other stuff. Because doing that by itself. So, I mean, if you want to look at the bright side of things, if there's any, Derek Carr should be coming back soon. Taysom Hill should be back maybe this week or next week. We have winnable games coming up. The Chargers aren't doing that great. Carolina sucks. We almost beat Atlanta. Cleveland sucks. Sorry, but they do. I'm sorry, Jen. They kind of do. I hate to throw your team under the bus like that, but we dodged the bullet with that Deshaun Watson thing. I say it every week. But that's about the only silver lining we got. Then we got the bye week coming up. Can we survive the bye week? Can we get healthy? This, that, and more on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. It's a lot to process, and we can't be divided as a fan base, because we're going to do that ourselves. Whether it's the old Taysom versus Jameis debate, or is the Derek Carr or Spencer Rattler or Jake Hayner debate, or whatever. We basically go in on each other anyway. And it's going to get even worse. Thing about it is, I think a lot of people want Dennis Allen fired. I'm like, okay, cool. You fire him now, then what? You feel good about yourself? You're happy? I say, let him finish the season off. If he sucks that bad, then guess what? He'll get fired. We get a high draft pick. I like that. Sounds good to me. Because firing him right now is going to do what? You're going to get an interim coach. He's going to be, it's going to change the locker room. No, it's not. The thing about it is those players get paid just like everybody else. So to say that they're quitting, air quotes, quitting, I don't believe it. Because, playing football, you play with pride. You have your pride to play for. And then the thing about it is you don't go to another team in free agency or a trade and have them question, "Oh, he was on that Saints team to quit on their coach." And folks not trust you. And then you go in there and do what? Throw folks under the bus? "Oh, nah, man, it wasn't me. It was the coach, man." "Oh, nah, man, it wasn't me. It was them other dudes, man. We try to teach them young dudes, and they didn't want to play right." Nah, bruh. They still playing for each other, even if they don't like Dennis Allen. They do or they don't. They still got to play with pride. You got to take personal accountability. So I'm just a positive person. It looks sucky right now, but Man, I like to let the stuff play out, man. Worst case scenario, high draft pick, new coach. We shall see. That being said, we're going to get into some real stuff. We're going to get into some college football. LSU out here embarrassing people. Tulane out here embarrassing people on their home field. We're going to talk about it when we come back from this break. Here on the Crescent City Connection. Your new home for Louisiana sports. On IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. Yes, sir.
The light is red, the kids are in bed, which means it is time for Mile High Musings with me, Aaron Yowell, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS. The SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
See, I told you he had a bunch of shows, and that's one of them. SoCal Supreme Show, hosted by your boy, Taryn Rodriguez. And shout out to Mile High Musings, hosted by Aaron Yowell, with the long promo. Man, we are back to the channel. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, powering the Crescent City Connection, hosted by myself, T5. And as promised, we'll get into more positive news. See, there's light at the end of the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. Especially if you're a LSU Tigers fan. Roar. Last week, they put on a Donnybrook, a barn burner, a grade A slobber knocker, ladies and gentlemen. They went to and put on a show against Ole Miss in OT. Let's talk about it. 29-26 overtime win. It looked kind of rough because Ole Miss defense definitely came to play. Nussmeier had about 2 turnovers, but he didn't let that stop that gunslinger in him. He came out pew pew pew, and a lot of people kind of questioned them throwing the deep shot to the end zone on 4th and 5. But then when he completes it for a touchdown, I was like, you know what? Never mind. We're good. And then he turns around in OT and hits Kyron Lacey for the tutty. Whoo, boy. Tiger Stadium was no more good. But I'm going to play devil's advocate here. As great as that win was, there's kind of a monkey's paw situation. And let me explain. Because usually around this time we play Bama. And whether it's a win or a loss, we're on this huge emotional draining game, and we go into where? We go into the Arkansas game. And Arkansas, good, bad, or indifferent, they usually play us tough. For the last couple of seasons, Arkansas has been fairly boo-boo. Our draft class has been far better than theirs. And the last couple of seasons, the game has come down to what? 3 points or better. It hasn't been a blowout either way. So, yeah, this is a rivalry. The Battle of the Boot, you better believe it. So this time, we're coming off a huge emotional win against Ole Miss. A lot of people had Ole Miss Lane Kiffin favored. We pulled the win out. Celebrated big time. And now we're going into Arkansas, who's not having a really good season. But, like I said before, they always play us tough, especially after big emotional wins. Let's talk about it. Right about now, it's going to be nighttime in Fayetteville. Always a close game. But the thing to look at is their quarterback, Taylon Green. He's a little injured. Not injury. He's a little turnover prone. The LSU Tigers defense as of late have been coming on. They've been playing better. They've been getting after the quarterback. Can we play that to our advantage? Boo-boo quarterback, surging defense. Hopefully we can do something with that. Because Arkansas defense is going to be, once again, coming after the quarterback. Arkansas has a very stout defense. So, and not for nothing, LSU's offensive line has finally been playing like that top offensive line that's supposed to be tops in the nation. Garrett Nussmeier has only been sacked, maybe 2 times total? The run game is still kind of a little sus. But the passing game, chef's kiss. But we may have a little bit of problem. Speaking of passing game, we've been kind of bumped up there at wide receiver. And folks are starting to ask, hey, what about that old 6'7" boy out there? You got that tight end. How about you throw him the ball a little bit more? He caught one last week for a tutty. How about you throw him the ball? Coach Brian Kelly was like, sure. So they're discussing moving Trey Des Green, tight end, freshman tight end at that, to wide receiver, to more of the X. I believe that's X on the field, X receiver. Catch some more passes. Heck, I'm all for it. Well, Tigers take an L on the offensive line, not with a starter, but a backup offensive lineman, Tyree Adams. Now, Tyree Adams has played all over the line as a backup, and we lose him to injury. Another one, but we still have our starting O-line intact, and we're going to need them against Arkansas's very stout defensive line. And they play tonight at Fayetteville. It's going to be a barn burner. Be there, be square. Now, let's dip into some scoreboard watching. But wait, first of all, I like to report the Tulane Green Wave did make it home safely after celebrating on UAB's field last week, playing Pump the Party, playing bounce music. They happened to make it home safely. You don't have to worry. They're getting ready to play today at Yeoman Stadium against Rice. There. Just want to let everybody know they made it home safely. Because them boys were showing out last week. They were playing Pump the Party. They was dancing. Luckily the stadium was empty by that time because they blew UAB out. Dang, you can't be, boy, y'all playing a dangerous game. Y'all can't be doing that on people home stadium, home field. That's kind of dangerous, man. Y'all kind of feeling yourself too, ain't that uptown football? Y'all got that UPT mentality? I see y'all. I see y'all, man. Well, let's talk about the college scoreboard week 7. La Tech defeated Middle Tennessee 48-21. Southeastern, the alma mater, 37. Houston Christian, 7. Grambling takes a small L. They almost got them. Alcorn State, they take another L, man. They take another L. A swag L at that, man. Alcorn State, 17. Grambling, 15. ULM continues to win. 38. Southern Miss, 21. Incarnate Wood. Y'all letting Incarnate Wood come in here and beat us, man. Beat these Louisiana teams. This is the second Louisiana team in a row that done beat, man. Incarnate Wood? Really? This time Incarnate Wood beat Nicholls State 55-10. Southern, on the other hand, beat Texas Southern 22-19. The home team, Lafayette, UL, the Cajuns, 34. App State, 24. And I guess we've come to the part of the show. Everybody's favorite segment of the show. How many points did Northwestern State lose by? Northwestern State, 21. Texas A&M Commerce, 42. 42. Northwestern State, I'll give you props for actually scoring some points this time. You lost to a team that sounds like a charter school. It sounds like a charter high school. They sound about as real of a school as DeVry. Shout out to our DeVry graduates out there. No shade. Texas A&M Commerce isn't even Texas A&M. They're like Wish Texas A&M. They're Temu Texas A&M. And you lose to them. You let them score 40-something points on y'all? Northwestern State, what is y'all doing? Why? Why are you embarrassing the state like this? See? In a minute, I'm going to do T5's top 5 high school top 5. And I bet any team on that top 5 can beat Northwestern State right now. That's how bad these cats is playing. You're messing up the brand, man. Louisiana is supposed to be putting dudes in the pros like gangbusters. All over the pros right now. Northwestern State, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, boy. Let's take a look at what games are on tap for today. I'm done dragging Northwestern State. La Tech, they played on Tuesday. They lost in double overtime by 3 to a New Mexico State. La Tech was doing good, man. La Tech, that water in Ruston, man, that's some good water. Y'all came close, man. Y'all came close. Today, we have, unfortunately, 0-6 Northwestern State versus 2-3 Nicholls State in the Somebody's Gotta Win Bowl. They should be playing right now. I would look at the score right now, but you know what? Kind of don't care. Sorry, Nicholls State, but yeah. UL Lafayette versus Coastal Carolina. They should be playing right now. Arkansas Pine Bluff versus Grambling. Can Grambling get off the schneid, man? Come on, Tigers. Rice versus Tulane at 2:30. McNeese State versus Incarnate Word. Hey, come on. Hey. McNeese. Don't let Incarnate Word come in here and beat another Louisiana team. Come on, McNeese. We need this. We need this. Protect the brand. Protect the house. Protect the brand. I know you're going to their house, but hey, we can't let Incarnate Word beat another Louisiana team. Yeah, that's got to stop. That's blatant disrespect. That's got to stop. SLU, the Lions, taking on Stephen Austin, 4 p.m. Southern taking on SWAC, Alcorn State, 6 p.m. Hey, Southern, can you do better than Grambling? They took the L last week to Alcorn State. Can you do better? Hey, the ball's on your court, Southern. And, of course, the main event. Number 8, LSU versus Arkansas in Fayetteville at night. 6 p.m. It's going to be a barn burner. It always is, man. They never disappoint. And this week, ULM has a bye. Do they need a break? I mean, they've been doing the thing, man. UL Monroe's been kind of hot this past month, man. I wouldn't stop. While you're on fire, man. I wouldn't stop, man. Shout out to ULM. Now, for a bit of a change. We started this last week, and it's kind of taking a little bit of life of its own. I like to call it T5's Top 5, where we shine a light on prep football here in the state of Louisiana. Last week, we had Ruston, number 1, Edna Carr, number 2, Acadiana, number 3, Central, number 4, and Rummel, number 5. Let's see where they fall this week, shall we? At number 5, Central High out of Baton Rouge, 6-0. Archbishop Rummel, number 4, 5-1. Number 3, Acadian, 5-1. Number 2, Edna Carr, 5-0. And number 1, pew, 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 with a bullet, Ruston, 6-0 again. And let's take a look-see at some of these scores I had pulled up because I'm a professional. All right. Let's get with it. The Kaplan Pirates beat Southern Lab Kittens. They're actually called the Kittens, ladies and gentlemen, 40-20. And the Carr Cougars beat the Jesuit Blue Jays 21-9. John Curtis Patriots 17. Brother Martin Crusaders 14. Holy Cross Tigers 23. Warren Eastern Eagles 21. The Chalmette Owls 27. North Shore Panthers 0. The Hanville Tigers 35. Central Lafourche Trojans 0. The Catholic Bears out of BR 35. Central Wildcats 17. The St. Amant Gators 17. East Ascension Spartans 12. The Lutcher Bulldogs defeated the ED White Cardinals 27-20. The Dutchtown Griffins defeated the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets 27-13. Plaquemines, man, they could probably beat Northwestern State. Plaquemine Green Devils 61. St. Michael Warriors 28. Estroma Indians 31. Broadmoor Buccaneers 0. The Woodlawn Panthers 33. Scotlandville Hornets 15. Acadiana Wrecking Rams, that's exactly what they did, 55. Lafayette Mighty Lions, the 10. Damn. Karen Crow Golden Bears 37. Sam Houston Broncos 27. Notre Dame Pioneers 42. Lafayette Christian Knights 28. Shout out to Lafayette Christian, my nephew coaches over there. Vermilion Catholic Eagles 49. Ascension Episcopal 27. And the Southside Sharks, Southside 41. Sulphur Golden Tours 0. And they had a couple of barn burners today, man. I'm pretty sure I pulled them up too. Let me see. They got a couple of barn burners tonight, man. I lost it. I swear I'm a professional, people. Oh, fudge. I lost it. But they do have some barn burners tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our high school prep football section of the show. We'll work on it. It's a work in progress. We'll work on it. We got some tweaks there. When we return, we're going to get into some Pels talk. It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. About 4 days away. Wednesday, as a matter of fact. What are our expectations for the Pels this season? Let's discuss when we return to the Crescent City Connection, your new home for Louisiana sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Yes, sir.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Dentarius Lava.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
Shout out to Adam, host of the Chi-Town Show. And, of course, D&D, host of the Fast Break. And special shout out to the homie Martini, a.k.a. SoCal Saint. Yeet. Host of the IE Wrestling Show, my tag team partner. As y'all may know, I am joining the show on a more permanent. We'll be the new two-man power trip. Step to us. Word. And speaking of basketball, Pels basketball is back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, almost back. Wednesday, we take on Chicago Bulls at home, season opener, Pels basketball, Smoothie King Center. We're here, baby. We're back. Man, just feel like we just got through having the finals, man. And then we had the Olympics, and now we're here again. Man, it's quick, man. Basketball off season is quick, but it's all gravy. We're here for it. The last two, it's been sort of an eventful off season and sort of not, because a lot of people were hoping for either a Brandon Ingram trade, a CJ McCollum trade, a trade for a center, something to that effect. Ain't none of that happened. But bright spots, Zion showed up to camp in super great shape. But the Orlando and the Heat preseason games, he completely balled out. So that's great. DeJounte Murray was doing his thing. Looked like he's acclimating pretty good. Jordan Hawkins is out here trying to prove it's Hawk season. It's Hawkins season. Trying to get him into that rotation on a permanent basis, man. We see you, Hawk. He's like, I ain't the rook no more, baby. And speaking of rooks, Yves Missi has entered the chat. Everybody was like, man, we need to get a center. We need to get a 5. We need to get a center. I think we may have found him, man. Yves Missi, #1 draft pick from this past draft, has been doing his thing. He could be, I know he's a project. He's a project. He's only been playing ball for like a couple of years. But, man, he looked real good this last game, man. Blocking shots. They out here with the no finger. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Mutombo, baby. Yves Missi has been out here, man. He could be the center of the future, man. He could be fighting his way into that rotation with Daniel Tice. We shall see. But, man, this could be the deepest the Pels bench has been since last year. First of all, the last game, they lost. Yeah, whatever. Preseason don't count. But B.I. played. Yeah, shout out to Brandon Ingram. He played, he balled. B.I. had 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 for 13 field goals, and 2 for 3 3-pointers. 3-pointers. Emphasis on 3-pointers. So, B.I.'s been balling, and we could have a lineup of DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and either Daniel Tice probably starting at the 5. Starting 5. Which would mean we would have Jose Alvarado, CJ McCollum, Jordan Hawkins, probably Yves Missi, and of course, Trey Murphy when he comes back from injury. So you're telling me we're going to have CJ McCollum and Trey Murphy coming off the bench? Lighting flames? Man, I'll take it. Sign me up. We're going to miss Najee Marshall and Larry Nance, but man, you telling me we're going to have potentially CJ McCollum, Jordan Hawkins, and Trigger Trey coming off the bench? Man, bruh, that's deep. I'm down for that. That sounds fire. So when you go sit you go sit Zion down, you still got to worry about B.I. You still got to worry about Trey Murphy. That's crazy. That's a crazy world to live in right now. man, and like I said, Jordan Hawkins could be our secret weapon. If he is ready to take this next step, like a lot of our young dudes have done, we saw Herb Jones take that next step at his second year. We saw Trigger Trey take his next step his second year. Could possibly Jordan Hawkins be the next draft pick to take that next step in his second year? He's been practicing hard in the offseason. David Griffin said he's been taking that key card, swipe left, coming into the training facility, during the offseason, getting that work in, working on not being a defensive liability, continue to work on that movement shot he's so good at, and not just the movement shot, not just the three-pointers, but coming in, driving in, hitting the middies. So you have to account for him at all times, working on that cardio so he can continue to roll around like Steph Curry. Man, I'm here for it. 100% here for it. That dude could be our X factor, secret weapon. 100% here for it. And what are our expectations for the Pelicans? All things considered, we don't know what's going to happen with the whole BI situation. Right now, he's on the team. What happens at the trade deadline? We don't know. If he continues to stay healthy and ball out, and teams start to get we need to upgrade. We need to do something. They get in panic mode. They try to upgrade. They may want to holler at BI. They may want to reconsider and put their chips in. What do you want? Is Brandon Ingram still available? What do you want? We'll give you anything. Take my firstborn. So they may want to reconsider. We don't know. We shall see. But as of right now, he is on the team. Zion's looking fit. He's been hitting the mid-range during games, working on the shot. DeJounte's still getting acclimated to the team. Yves Missy's stepping up, looking like he could be a potential starter. There's a lot of positives there. Of course, the team's going to have to work on getting these rebounds. And it's not just an emphasis on shooting three-pointers. You got to make them too, man. It's one thing to say, we're going to work on getting 40 three-pointers a game. Great. I can throw 40 three-pointers a game. Thing about it is getting them in the hole. So it's not just the quantity, it's the quality. Because if we can knock the 43 pointers down, then great. Taking 43 pointers and not making them is two different things, man. So, I expect the Pelicans last year, minus the injuries, they were in the fourth seed. They were looking to play the Clippers, in the 5-4. But then Brandon Ingram got hurt, and next thing you know, we're out in the play-in, barely in the play-in. So if we can somehow stay healthy, I think we can be a 4 or 5 seed team in the playoffs. And you saw what Zion was doing. He was doing the most, especially in that Lakers playing game. We can most definitely make a run at least out of the first round this year. Because last year against Oklahoma City, man, B.I. was still hurt. Zion was out, and we were looking Babbage. We was bad looking, man. We got ran smooth out of there. This year, I think it could be different. Even with the small lineup, I think it could be different because it's going to be difficult for teams to focus on just Zion when you got shooters all over the floor and then dudes that can play defense. That defense is contagious. that thing that Herb has got is called defense. We got to man, I don't know what's going on. It's called defense. I can't stop playing it. And you got a backcourt with DeJounte Murray and Herb Jones both playing lock them up defense, like handcuffing dudes. Yeah, boy. They're going to make a lot of dudes mad. They're going to make a lot of teams mad. SGA, Ant-Man, they're going to have a lot of guards. Steph Curry, they're going to have a lot of teams very upset this year. So my expectations, definitely a playoff team. Top seed playoff team? Mid-seed playoff team. I think mid-seed is fair enough. Mid-seed playoff team. And who knows? They get out the first round. We see what the matchups look like. Because the Clippers, them boys are like they falling apart. Yeah, the season ain't even started, and them boys are like they falling apart. That takes out one team. You gotta look for San Antonio. San Antonio and Wemby, they're gonna take a step up. So you gotta watch out for them. Dallas, they surprised everybody around the table. They took our spot in the seeding. They got out of the play-in and got into the regular playoff seeding spot. They took our spot, and then they ran the table. So if they can do it, why can't we? So there got to be a lot. And, of course, you have the top three, Minnesota, OKC, Denver. Who knows what the Lakers are going to do? Hey, outside of that top three, them some spots up for grabs. And I think the Pels can be one of those sneaky teams, man, and get that nice middle seed for most of the season, fourth, fifth spot, and just sit there and get in the playoffs and go for a run. Write it down, take a picture. I said it. Let's roll with it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been another fun one. Once again, hey, we're here for each other, man. We're going through it, but we're here for each other, man. Shout out to the IE Sports Radio family. You can find your boy, me, T5, on the X at Who Is T Fizzle. That's my personal joint. I talk anime, football, sports, the wrestlings. I talk a lot of stuff. I'm pretty funny sometimes. You might want to check me out. You can find me on my IE Sports Radio page at Crescent City _IE, where I talk Louisiana sports. Because we're good. We're pretty good at that stuff. You can also follow me on iesportsradio.com. I got my own little page there. You can find out about me. You can find out about the other shows if that's your jam. And check out the whole schedule there. You might see something you like. And we got merch too. I'm working on getting the shirt, working on getting the hat. So I can dress like a uniform almost. Right there. Beep, 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 beep. Check us out. You can look fresh in the car ride lines, you parents. Going out there to pick the kids up. Go to the gym with some IE Sports Radio gear looking fresh as can be. Yeah, that's right. Also, you can find us wherever you get your lovely podcast from. Here. Bing, 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 bing. Where my finger at? Bing, bing, bing. You can find any one of those platforms where you can get your lovely podcast. You can find mine too, because I'm important like that. Yeah, I'm coming up. I'm upcoming. I'm doing the thing. You can also follow us on social media. I don't know how long Twitter X is going to be going the way Elon's running, but you can find us there for now. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, the TikToks. The kids like to use these days. Everywhere. Hey, I'm working on getting the blue sky. I'm working on that. I'll let you know when I get that done. What else, man? Hey, you can also check out your boy, hanging out with the homie Martine, the SoCal Saint, on the IE Sports Wrestling Show on Wednesdays, same time, noonish, high noon, Wednesdays. Talking to wrestlings, talking to grapplings, the Donnybrooks, the Slobberknockers and stuff. We'll be doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been great. You've been grand. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you were here with me. I love you, folks. Thank you, Louisiana. Mwah. God bless, and good afternoon. And enjoy the music. I'm bringing the Cabbage Patch back, everybody.